Right kids, today we are going to be writing some letters to some very special people.
Is it Santa Claus?
Nope.
Is it the Easter Bunny?
Nope. I don't fucking know. Well kiddies, today we're going to write some letters to some terrorists. And we're going to ask them why they do very bad things.
So what's a terrorist?
Well, little Billy, a terrorist is someone who hurts and kills people. Why would I ever want to write a fucking letter to a terrorist, you mong? We're going to tell them how much we respect them, you little shit! Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Angry Welsh Rant, and oh my days. This is honestly the worst shit that I've probably come across so far. So there was this new book that was published out in London, and it's called Talking About Terrorism. And in this book, the authors kindly suggest that children as young as 7 fucking years old to write a letter to a terrorist to understand their motives. Like, what are these children supposed to write in these fucking letters? Dear Mr. Terrorist, killing and hurting people is really, really bad, and Santa won't give you presents if you're naughty, Mr. Terrorist Man. So please be nice to everyone, because that makes everyone happy and not sad. Like, they're only 7 years old? What are they going to say to a terrorist that would make them go, yeah, fuck it, like this 7-year-old told me to be nice because Santa won't come to me. Their minds can't expand past, you gotta be good, being naughty is bad. You know what I mean? Like, kids don't understand this kind of thing. So why in the holy love of balls would you ever think that this kind of shit would work? Even when I was 9 years old, I couldn't comprehend shit like, mate, that magic trick fucking blew my mind when I was 9. So how do you expect a 7-year-old to even comprehend any of this kind of stuff? So as you can expect, there's been a bit of a backlash from these authors suggesting such retarded shit. And one of the co-authors decided to respond to some of this backlash. Her name is Alison Jameson, and she has said that it's okay, everyone, it's okay, because the letters aren't intended to be sent at all. Of course we know that they aren't intended to be fucking sent. But those children don't. Those children literally think that they're sending and writing letters to fucking terrorists. Like, nobody thought that these kids are gonna have fucking, terrorist pen pals. But my point is, these children legit think that they're writing to terrorists and they will see what they have written to them. And that is fucked up. So, fuck it, let's just dive into a couple articles about the whole book and what people have said. So in one of these articles, an absolute fucking lad by the name of Chris McGovern, who is the chairman for a campaign for real education. He said that the letter task would confuse and potentially upset pupils in trying to help children understand terrorists' motives. The book invites sympathy for the killers, and by invoking the suffragettes and Nelson Mandela, it leads children to question whether terrorism might be justifiable. I do agree with him 100%. And I do think that it can potentially give children a justifiable means of harming or hurting each other.
Dad, can I have sweets?
No, little Billy. You know you're not allowed sweets at this time of night.
Please, please, please.
Now, little Billy, I've already told you once, don't make me tell you again.
Please, 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 please.
I said no, you little fucking shit. Now get to bed. My dad doesn't respect me, it won't give me sweets, so now if I make him respect me, like those other people can, I can get sweets too. I know it sounds a little bit ridiculous, but kids nowadays are already fucking punching and hitting and abusing their fucking parents because they can't get what they want and they think they're being treated unfairly. I mean, kids as young as 7 are so easily impressionable that you can easily radicalize them with all this bollocks. By telling these kids, like, oh, terrorists, they just want more respect because they're not respected enough. Good lord, I don't know how much more I can take of this shit. So, let's just finish this fucking article so I can go drown myself in vodka, hopefully give myself a fucking brain damage, and forget this whole thing even happened. So she then says, I disagree that understanding terrorism is a short step away from sympathy And I challenge Mr. McGovern to show any examples of our book showing sympathy for terrorism. Well, I mean, you did say in the book that they do what they do because they're misrepresented and because they're not given enough respect. How is that not sympathy? How is that not fucking sympathy? Especially when dealing with ideological indoctrination, it is difficult to see how terrorism can ever be defeated unless one understands the grievances that drive it and where anger and hatred comes from. One does not need to understand the grievances because, as you just said, it has to do with ideological indoctrination. And then you go to say, oh, well, we have to figure out why they're so angry. So even if you, Miss Alison Jameson, cannot seem to fathom past ideological indoctrination on why they do these things, then how, in the holy love of everything that is pure and sweet in this world, do you think that a 7-year-old will be able to try and understand too? you know what the funny part of this whole thing is? As sad as it is to say, look who helped write this book and is totally okay with all of this. The NSPCC helped write this book. Yes, you heard right. The Child Protective Services here in the UK thought that it was acceptable for this shit to happen. Well, that's it, everyone. Our children are fucked. Little Billy one day is gonna phone up the NSPCC and be like,
Help NSPCC, my daddy wants to blow up lots of nice people and he wants to put a bomb on me so I blow up too.
well, little Billy, you need to talk to your dad and ask him why he's being so hateful and angry. Can you do that for me?
Okay. Daddy, why do you want to hurt people?
Okay, but in all seriousness though, like, do they not understand how this kind of shit can really damage a child? So, bearing in mind, this book came out a couple weeks before the Manchester attack, right? So now imagine a couple weeks later, where the attack has happened in Manchester, and they had also decided to put this task into testing or whatever. Okay, so imagine you're in the age range of 7 to 9, and you had just lost, say, a best friend to the Manchester attack. You then have to come into school and then be told that the same people that killed your best friend, you have to write a letter to. You're allowed to ask 6 questions, but what is the first thing as a child that young, and after everything that had just happened, are you going to ask? Because I guarantee you, one of the things that you will be asking is, why did you kill my best friend? Like, do I even need to explain how fucked up that sounds? No child ever should have to ask those kind of questions. To be honest, I really don't need to explain any further, so fuck these authors for trying to justify these horrific acts. And I really do hope that you all stay safe and that you're all well. Thank you all for watching.